Hey guys, it's Parsifal, I also go by Will, and I am back with another sketchbook video. Now, this is probably going to be a short one, hopefully, but I'm just going to give you a rundown of this. You might have seen one of these before. I have used them before. These are the monogram journals, and I believe before I showed you a blue one. I don't know if I was already using a purple one at the time, but I know I showed you guys a blue one before. And this one is a purple one that I have. I also have one in green that I hope to start sometime soon, but I don't know about too soon because I'm working like 3 sketchbooks right now. But I actually ended up misplacing this at my friend's house, and I didn't get it back until recently, so there's a bit of a gap between things. But yeah, I was inspired by Twisted Disaster, who I will link down below and in the card up above, because she did a really cool sketchbook that was all purple ink wash. And I thought that was super duper cool. I love the concept, but I wasn't sure if I was really ready to do that on a bigger scale, so I figured I'd start smaller. And since this is a purple toned paper sketchbook already, I figured I would make it entirely purple, so everything inside it would be purple except for maybe a couple of accents. So this sticker on the top is from Unicorn Gender on Tumblr. It's this fantastic Joan of Arc. So I will also link them down below. I got this on their Redbubble and it's really, really cool. I love it. So as usual, I taped the label in here. And I started it August 7th, and then I lost it around September, and then got it back in November. So then I finished it then. So these are the materials I used that were specifically purple. I used a Pilot Color Eno sketching pencil, a Copic Lavender Multiliner in 0.3, and a Faber-Castell Pitt 136 Purple Violet brush pen, or brush marker. I also used a white gel pen of various types. I believe the main ones I used was a Sakura Jelly Roll and a Uniball Signo, and then I used a Pilot silver metallic gel pen as well. But yeah, this was just a really fun experiment just to fuss around with things. I started with a picture of Kazel to start because I was anxious about this and I figured I'd use Kazel to share my emotions. But the first thing I did besides that is I started an Into the Woods themed alternate universe in this sketchbook because I was on an Into the Woods kick around this time in August, so I began drawing Into the Woods themed stuff in this sketchbook. Mostly I focused on the song Your Fault, which is one of my favorite songs. It's a bunch of people singing over each other, and The Last Midnight. And so you can see here, this is where the silver metallic gel pen came in and the white accents. But yeah, for the Into the Woods alternate universe, Luke is the witch. And I have just a random sketch here. Cal from Neolands is Jack and the Beanstalk. This is a Neolands alternate universe, by the by. I neglected to say that, I apologize. So Cal is Jack the Giant Killer. Augustus is the baker. Dan is the baker's wife, in this case, the baker's queer platonic partner. This is a little bit hard to see, so apologies for that. But it's mostly just Into the Woods lyrics and Into the Woods interactions, because I thought it would be a fun little song to plot some stuff to. And just fun with expressions, because there's a lot of emotion going on in that song for Your Fault. So here we have Cal blaming Augustus for the second beanstalk. Jinx here is Red Riding Hood, because I felt like that would be appropriate with his flower crown. And then Kazel is Cinderella, except instead of having him just be a male Cinderella, I decided to go with a fire pun, because if we're going with the idea that Cinderella's real name is Ella, and she got Cinderella from the cinders that she was working in, I figured that Kazel could become Blazel, which is dumb, but I enjoy stupid wordplay. And I always forget how short Kazel is. Kazel's like 5'4". This is also a scene that I really like. I love this tool page spread where everyone's just staring in anger at Cal, who's off the page. And then Cal turns on Jinx. And everyone's arguing with each other. Yay! And then everyone blames Luke, who does not put up with that bullshit. Around here is when I stopped doing the Into the Woods stuff because I boarded out everything that I wanted to. And I started drawing purple OCs that belong to some of my friends. So we start with Tetsu on the left here, who belongs to Twisted Disaster here on YouTube. This is for Hermie the Frog over here, and I should have written her name down. I actually don't remember her name, and I feel really, really bad about that, because I normally remember characters' names, but this was done in August, and I just don't remember. I think it started with a C. And then my characters, Sadek, Sandoval, some Sandoval outfits. My sister's character, Marcus. Also, for those who are wondering, these post-it notes I put in there because the white sometimes comes off on the other page. So while the white was drawing, I would just stick a purple post-it in between the pages. And I'm probably going to put them back after the video, but... And this is my little sibling's character, Ruth. And this is Diana, I believe her name is. And she belongs to the Silver Firefly, my friend Pepper. There's Cal again. Some Esme drawings. More Esme concepts, because Esme I associate with purple. This is me trying to figure out his outfit back when I was first concepting out his clothes. I didn't end up using any of these, but I might revisit some of these concepts later. Then I did a lot of hand and feet gestures because I want to practice with gesturing straight in fine liner. And this is, you can obviously see that this white came off on the other side. So this is more gestures. This is another character who belongs to my little sibling, Saren, I want to say. This is Puck, who belongs to Falling Wish, my character Sandoval again. This is Hyacinth, I don't know how to pronounce that flower name, who also belongs to TK, my little sibling. More leg gestures. I don't know how to pronounce this character's name. She's a mermaid, except I forgot her fins here, so she's a human here, who belongs to Silver Firefly, aka Pepper. More leg gestures. Some doodles of my character Marshall. He's got a big poofy top, because he's got an oversized hoodie, and stick legs, so he's playing with those shapes. And, playing with a, like, potato sack, flour sack shape of a body. And then another one with Marshall. This one was actually gestured from reference. And then lastly, another character owned by Silver Firefly, aka Pepper, and this is Nyx. But yeah, this is just a really, really quick video. It's not really anything super special, but I did really like the challenge of filling this entire thing with strictly purple. I was a bit frustrated when I lost it because you can see, where did I lose it? Right around here is where because I did this in September and then I didn't get it back again until November. So that was disappointing, especially because I had like this much left when I was working on it. So it was like, oh gosh. But otherwise, I probably would have finished this pretty quickly besides that. But I actually did really enjoy the sketchbook. I would actually highly recommend doing something similar with a smaller sketchbook again, and I might have other sort of sketchbook-themed challenges in the future. I'm thinking possibly for the future maybe doing themed sketchbooks again as personal challenges. Not very long ones, but just stuff just to see if I could completely fill it out. And if you guys go to my Patreon, which is linked down in the description below, as well as in the end card, you can support me. And I'm thinking if there is enough interest in that, I might actually put up a poll on my Patreons, or put up some sort of reward tier or something, or I don't know how a Patreon goal where people of a certain tier can actually vote on one of the themes of one of my next smaller sketchbooks that I have to do. So they could choose something like use the specific art supplies or use a specific color throughout the entire sketchbook, and I think that would be pretty fun. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see if I do any more of these first and see how well I can do them. And I think those would be cool for like my smaller weekly sketchbooks that I show you guys with like the rainbow cardstock, or maybe it'll have all red cardstock, who knows. But yeah, as usual, if you have any questions or comments, you can leave those down in the comments below, or you can find me on any of my social media, which is linked in the description. I will link anyone who I mentioned in the description box below as well. And as always, thank you so much for your support. Bye guys!